So I feel like every 4 or 5 months, the fitness industry gets really bored and everyone starts losing their minds because there's not something new to talk about. And you have an editor over at Men's Health or Women's Health or Shape Magazine or Self Magazine that goes to their team of writers and says, guys, we're losing subscribers and we're not getting any clicks on our website. You got to give me something. So you have a writer that raises their hands and says, guys, I got it. I know exactly what we're going to talk about. I read about this thing called reverse dieting that a lot of bodybuilders do. Maybe we can put a cool spin on that and get people talking about it. Fast forward, everyone's talking about reverse dieting. What is it and how can it benefit me? So I'm going to break it down for you, hopefully give you some insight into reverse dieting so you have a better understanding and see if it's appropriate for you. Now, reverse dieting came from the world of bodybuilding, and appropriately so. You see, competitors go through such drastic changes in their nutrition and their body composition that they needed to incorporate something like reverse dieting to mitigate the amount of fat they put on after competition. And let me explain. You have Bobby, who's a competitor. He is going through his bulking phase at the beginning of his preparation for his competition, where he's eating 4,000 calories. And then in order to prep for the show, he needs to go into a cutting phase where he drastically reduces his caloric intake to, let's say, 2,000 calories, just for simple math. So he's reduced his caloric intake 50% so that he can really get diced up and dialed in. You can see every single muscle on his body. And then he competes and he wins his trophy and he goes home. What does he do next? You can't expect that bodybuilder to go from eating 2,000 calories to eating 4,000 calories overnight, because you're going to blow up like the Goodyear blimp. So in order to mitigate some of that weight gain or that fat gain, they slowly incorporate calories back into their diet over the course of weeks, sometimes months, and in extreme cases, a year. You increase your caloric intake every week by 50 to 100 calories to bring you up to your maintenance level so that you can eat more without putting on any weight. Where does that fit in for the average person? I wish we lived in a world where we didn't need reverse dieting. But unfortunately, because of the culture that we've lived in for the last decade, where we promote over restriction, we tell everyone you need to eat less, you need to eat next to nothing in order to get the body you want, in order to be skinny. You can't eat anything, you can't touch carbs, which is truthfully the wrong message. And it has been the wrong message for so long. I get clients all the time and they're eating next to nothing. And then they come to me frustrated as to why they can't see changes in their body. And that's where we go into reverse dieting, because we sit down and we calculate they should be eating closer to maybe 2,500 calories. That client's brain is blown. They can't fathom eating that much. They're like, there's no way I can eat that much. I'm gonna gain so much weight. None of my clothes are gonna fit me. But that's where we use the protocol where we incorporate calories, or we start to increase the caloric intake week after week by 50 to 100 calories until we start to see a little bit of weight gain, and then we pull back a little bit. But the idea is to get them from that super restrictive state back to their maintenance level so they can eat food, live comfortably, and feel good. And that's inevitably what happens after they hit that maintenance target and they say, wow, I haven't put on a single pound. My clothes fit really good. I actually feel better in the gym. I'm sleeping better. And I have a lot of energy throughout the day. Yeah, no shit, because you're eating. And that's where reverse dieting has actually been beneficial for a lot of my clients. But truth be told, I wish we didn't live in a world where you needed reverse dieting. We should always be within 10 to 15% of our maintenance level. If you want to drop into a caloric restriction, by all means, and I always promote being in a sustainable caloric restriction, meaning 10 to 15% below your maintenance. So that way you don't need to incorporate reverse dieting. You're only 10 to 15%, you're gonna lose weight a lot slower, but the weight that you do lose stays off. And then once you've lost that weight, we can slowly increase your calories. You can still look good, you can still feel good, and be proud of the body you've accomplished. So reverse dieting, is it for you? Maybe. Have you been in a super restrictive state for a long time? Are you tired of not eating anything? Are you tired of not having any change in your body and you work out 6 hours a week? You may want to give it a try. And trust me, on the other side of it, you're going to be much happier because you're going to still look good. You're going to feel good. You're going to sleep better. You're going to perform better. And you get to go out and have dinner and enjoy it. That's it. Hope you found this informative. If you have any more questions, drop a comment below.